I wanted to start off 2024 in a whole new era, whole new content, and I've been seeing a lot of content about self-reinvention, glowing up, becoming your best self, and I definitely feel like I can add value to this area just because I've been doing all of those things for the last few years, and I've learned so many tips and so many things that I just want to share with you guys. I definitely feel like a lot of the videos that are out right now are really focused on embodying a certain aesthetic or a certain lifestyle. I definitely do think those things are important, but I just feel like most of it is superficial in my opinion, because I definitely feel like reinventing yourself is a sense of being. It's something that's already within you. Your higher self is already there. It's just you have to align to her, and I don't think you have to become her at all. I feel like it's already within you. So I wanted to call this series the Being Her series.
Wanna be with the stars. Set me.
So in this video, I'm going to be talking all about confidence. A lot of people ask me in person how I keep my confidence so high and how I'm always so positive about myself. And it's definitely a lot of work that went into it. I wanted to share everything I learned. It's the main thing when it comes to self-reinvention. You have to have confidence first. So if you guys like videos like this, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my next upload. And also let YouTube know that you love these types of videos just by liking this video, comment down below, engage, because I am definitely super passionate about topics like this and I want to keep creating videos like this for you guys. So help your girl out, grab your drink, and let's talk. So before we get started, I want to make this super clear to you guys that confidence is a choice that you have to make. It is a belief. Just like choosing to love a partner, choosing to be happy. Confidence is the exact same thing. And everything that you do in life starts with a thought and then a feeling occurs. If you don't have that belief ingrained in you already, it's going to be so hard. Before anything, you have to work on your mindset, and that will cultivate into the essence of who you are when you walk into a room. That's where I feel like confidence is just a sense of being. It's a sense of just stepping into that energy. Say if you see a girl walking into a room and you're like, dang, she is so confident. She doesn't have to say anything. She doesn't have to do anything. It's just the essence of who she is. It's the energy that she gives off. The first thing you have to do to step into that energy is trust in yourself. Have discipline. The main thing that I feel like I learned in this past couple of years, because mind you, I've never been super confident. I've always had some insecurities growing up. I always had to deal with, horrible relationships that really question my self-worth. There's a lot of trauma that I have been through in my life where I wasn't fully trustworthy of myself. I felt like I was making the wrong decisions. I felt like, why would God lead me in this direction if it was the wrong direction to go in? And I lost complete trust for myself. But I learned all about discipline, and discipline is literally what you say you're going to do. Are you going to do it? You're going to do exactly what you say you're going to do, especially when no one is watching. Over time, the trust for myself has grown a lot from reading books. Being super knowledgeable in certain topics have really boosted my trust in myself, because now I feel like, okay, I have the knowledge and the things that I need to know to really back myself up and move myself in the right direction. The past couple months, I actually went on a no-carb diet because I had a lot of skin issues, and I was recommended to go on that diet to really help heal myself. I definitely learned about discipline this whole entire time, and I didn't even really know what it was. How I like to think about discipline is when you think about your child or your little sister or anybody that you love, and you are super protective of that person and you don't want them to go down the wrong path, so you give them all the advice, all the tools that you have. You try to protect them as much as you can. That's how you have to think about yourself. You have to think about being in a relationship with yourself, and the main thing you need in a relationship is to have trust. And I feel like that's the main thing that holds everything together. And you start actually going through with all of the things that you've planned or said that you're gonna do, and you accomplish those things, and you start to build that trust in yourself, and you start to feel so whole and so worthy and so deserving of everything coming your way. Definitely feel like that's the number one thing that helped me build my confidence, because now I feel like I can really count on myself to be that girl, you know? When it comes to your traumas, that's definitely the first thing you need to start doing, is healing all of those insecurities. And insecurities are just what comes up from the traumas that you've been through that you haven't healed from. I don't want you guys to attach yourself to your insecurities. Your insecurities aren't you. They're just a result of what had happened to you and what you still need to heal from. They are just triggers in you that make you question yourself and make you feel less worthy. It's only because the trauma is just trying to come back up so that you can actually address it and heal it. Once you heal that, that feeling will definitely go away and never come back. So I know healing trauma is definitely scary. It's the number one thing that people don't want to do, just because you have to relive a lot of hard things and relive those emotions. But trust me when I say, once you heal it, it will never come back. Yes, you can remember certain memories. Yes, like the thought can come back up, the conversations can come back up, but your attachment to those feelings and those events aren't there anymore. So you feel less triggered. You don't feel like it's a part of your life anymore, and you're able to move past it. If you haven't healed from any of your traumas or anything like that, you're definitely going to feel insecure about certain things, even when you're working on your confidence, just because it's natural. Like, don't beat yourself up about that, but just know that you still have work to do if you're feeling those ways about certain things. And always look at your relationships and what happened to you as a tool to see what you need to heal within, because usually what's outside of us is just a reflection of what's in us. So as long as you really take care of yourself and understand, like, those things come up for you, they're not happening to you, it's coming up for you, then you start having a better relationship with your insecurities and you're able to let some go. Confidence is also just this knowing that no one in this world is like you. And that is your power. Like, you don't want to be like anybody else. You are deserving, you are worthy, you are loved. And you are all of those things because you give it to yourself and you don't depend on anyone to give that to you. Just knowing who you are, regardless of what anyone thinks of you, and being proud of who you are. I definitely feel like it took me a long time to get there. I've been through a lot of events in my life and I haven't had a break since I was like 15. I haven't been truly happy, and I always had my self-worth tested. And on top of being in a world full of social media and self-comparison, main tip I would say to really know yourself is to actually know what sits well with you, what you resonate with and what you don't resonate with. So if you are a homebody and you love being at home, love cooking, or having a certain lifestyle, and then you go out and you have friends that are always out all the time, always at parties, like maybe they're not on a strict schedule, maybe they work out here and there. If those things don't sit well with you, if you constantly feel drained, if you constantly feel like you're 10 steps behind, if you constantly feel like you're unhappy, those are signs that those things don't resonate with you. It doesn't uplift your energy, it doesn't uplift your mood, it doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Then you have to say no to those things, and don't be afraid to say no. I've been a people pleaser for many, many years, and it wasn't until these last couple of years where I was actually able to say no to a lot of things, and I just realized like who I actually was. Like, I don't actually watch TV for hours a day. I actually don't go out a lot. I actually love being at home and taking my bath and sipping my tea. It took me a while to really understand exactly what is for me and what I was doing to please other people. So don't be afraid to choose yourself over anybody else, even if it's your family, even if it's, close friends. they will understand at the end of the day, because you're living this life for you. You're here to rebuild yourself and really align to your best self. And if certain things aren't aligning to that, you have to say no, including jobs, including relationships, including friendships, including everything that you don't see your higher self doing. The more you do that, the more you recognize yourself more, the more you know who you are, and that will add to the essence of your confidence when you walk into a room. You have to start thinking from the perspective of your higher self, who you are at your best version. What do you have? What do you look like? What do you talk like? What do you know? Like, what do you read? Like, every aspect of your life, envision that. And anytime you make a decision, throughout your day, throughout your week, anything, you think of her and what she would choose. And even if it's something that makes you a little uncomfortable in the moment, choose it anyway. That's how you really be her. So once you make this decision to be confident, you definitely have to start talking positive about yourself. That's the main thing that's going to make everything make sense. We are all programmed a certain way from birth, and so we think about ourselves however our parents thought about us, however we got talked to growing up. It's important, and it's part of the relationship that you have with yourself, along with trust and along with knowing who you are. Talking to yourself really does help, and doing it in a positive way really rewires your brain. I used to have really bad, really negative inner dialogue. I used to have body dysmorphia. I still feel like I kind of do here and there, but I really control it now. But since I've had that for so long, I've realized after going through therapy and healing myself from certain things, it really programmed me to think that I wasn't enough. Like, how I looked wasn't enough. Fast forward to now, when I'm rebuilding my confidence and just wanting to be the best version of myself, I had to be aware of when I did that. And that's the first step of just being aware. Once you can do that, like, pat yourself on the back every time, because that just becomes a habit, and then you're going to recognize when to stop yourself from thinking those things and when to stop talking about yourself in certain ways. I have friends that don't really have that positive self-talk, and they talk about themselves in such a negative light, such a kidding, jokingly way. They will talk about themselves and joke about themselves in front of everybody. And I definitely feel like I used to be there, but I used to just say it to myself and not out loud, and it's still just as bad. So for me, it just really came down to starting my day off with positive self-talk, no matter what it is. And having a gratitude journal really does help, because you really figure out what you're genuinely grateful for within yourself and your life. It starts to ingrain into who you are. So I definitely feel like baby steps when it comes to that. Everything could be super overwhelming. You're gonna feel down certain times. You're gonna feel like you're not on track. But the positive self-talk will definitely get you on track. And what helped me was affirmations, just playing those in my car instead of music. And that really helped me just to hear it every day, even though if I wasn't saying it to myself all the time, I was just at least hearing it every day. And now it's something that I genuinely believe in myself. Like, I'm never negative about myself anymore. I definitely feel like I'm worthy, I'm deserving. Like, anyone would be lucky to come across me. Just looking back, I can't even believe I would think about those things and really think about myself in a negative way, because I'm completely opposite of that now. So now let's go into the physical things of confidence and what they are and how you cultivate it, how you embody it. And then I want to hit on some habits that look like confidence but really isn't. I started off my healing journey and really got super deep into rebuilding my confidence. The first thing I did was clean out everything from my energy. So I cleaned out all of my social media. Anything that doesn't inspire me, anything that makes me question myself, anything that makes me compare myself to others, I block it, I delete it, I get rid of it, and I only made my feed about everything I love to learn, everything that inspires me, motivates me, makes me happy, new music, stuff like that. That is what I wanted to consume every day. Along with reading books just really helps you just get out of your head and start learning certain things. And the more you know, the more you feel confident in yourself. Think of life as one big test that you have to take. And if somebody were to walk up to you right now and ask you a question about something and you knew the answer to it, you would feel pretty damn confident. You would walk up straight. You would think about yourself highly. You wouldn't be afraid to approach another person. Like, that is how you need to be when you walk into a room. And if reading gets you there, you gotta do it. If you guys want to know what books I've read, I can list them in the comments. Just let me know down below. That also goes hand in hand with uplifting affirmations, listening to positive podcasts, listening to podcasts that really get you moving. I really listen to a lot of church on a podcast because I didn't really like going to church, but I can listen to it every Sunday on a podcast, and I just feel like that really resonated with me. That really uplifted me. It allowed me to think differently about life. Like, it just transformed me in such a different way. So I definitely recommend that if you haven't tried that already. And obviously, if you work out, you feel better about yourself, you feel better about your body, you have more energy, you look better. Making that your lifestyle is the number one thing you need to do. If anything doesn't motivate you, definitely hitting the gym and getting the action going is gonna motivate you, because sometimes motivation is just actions. It's just actually doing it, and then you feel the momentum. Then you feel motivated. Then you want to wake up earlier. Then you want to be on a diet. Invest in yourself. Invest in your health. Always put yourself first when you wake up in the morning. Do not go on your phone. Cleanse yourself from social media. Cleanse yourself from negativity. Cleanse yourself from the freaking toxic music that you're listening to. And just work out. Listen to good positive talk while you're doing it, and it's gonna change you. And then the very last thing I want you guys to focus on is your signature look. What do you envision your best self as? What does she look like? What does she wear? How does she smell? How is her makeup? What is her skincare like? All of those things. And naturally, you'll create the signature look that you feel super confident in. You feel like you're ready at all times. You have your capsule look. A capsule look is just a collection of different basics or must-haves in your wardrobe, and just putting them in different outfits and organizing them in different ways. But it's just your basics. It's like what you need to be your best self. I don't think you have to spend thousands of dollars on a whole new wardrobe. Just having like 5 or 6 pieces to mix and match, so you always just feel good, feel put together. And it doesn't have to be a certain look. It doesn't have to be a certain aesthetic. I definitely feel like it's cool to get inspo and all that stuff, but I really want you to hone in on you and what makes you feel confident. You know, sometimes me dressing up every day does not feel good to me. Maybe I want to be in my sweats. Maybe I want to be comfortable. Whatever the next girl is doing, maybe she wakes up at 5 a.m. and wears a dress all day with heels. Maybe that works for her, but at the end of the day, that doesn't make me feel at my best at all times. So I definitely want you guys to just focus on you and how you feel and how you want to look, and it doesn't have to be a certain aesthetic that's out there. Let's go into the habits that you may think that's confidence, but it's really not. Just to be more aware of ourselves, just to, you know, really get that picture of what we can be doing, because sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes it's things we don't really know that we're doing, and it kind of comes off the wrong way. This is just from what I learned. If you are the type of person to over compliment somebody, I definitely do feel like that is received in the wrong way, especially if it's excessively. I haven't been like that myself, but I have experienced it from other people doing that to me, and that's what I felt when they were just over complimenting me. Like, the first 2 times it's cool, but all day or the whole conversation, it's kind of like, okay. I try not to think too much into it, but I've noticed that that person could be really insecure with themselves. Another habit would be being the loudest in the room. Have you ever met anyone that once they entered into the room, they have to start yelling? They have to start, calling names or picking out people, starting random conversations that you don't care about? It's because they feel like the whole attention in the room needs to be about them. It needs to be on them because they feel so insecure. They feel really intimidated. Maybe they went through like a hard day and they have like victim mentality. They want everyone to acknowledge them when they walk into a room. And usually confidence isn't loud at all. It's very quiet, actually. Don't get me wrong, some people just have that loud personality, but you can definitely feel it when it's not genuine and it's forced and it just feels like somebody just wants some attention right now. That also goes into wanting everyone to like you. If you're that girl who just needs everyone to like you, every time you meet somebody, you just want everyone to get along with you and you genuinely care about what they think about you, you need to do healing within yourself. It has nothing to do with them, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't care too much about what other people think of you. In certain situations, yes, like maybe you're going to a job interview and you want to put your best foot forward, then I would say, yeah, it's cool to care about what people think about you in that aspect. But if you're constantly like in a pick me energy or a like me energy, it's giving desperate. Don't do that. All about how you carry yourself at the end of the day. The next one is oversharing about your life and your goals. A lot of the time, I feel like if you share your goals and your life too much, then you allow other energy in and you allow people to envy you and you allow people to wish bad for you, and it can disrupt your path in a way. I definitely feel like it can create yourself to have doubts. Usually it's not even your doubts, it's other people's doubts put on you when you share too much about you and your life and what you want for yourself. So definitely keep things to yourself. Confident people are mysterious. They don't put themselves out there like that. People want to figure them out, and that is honestly your power. Next one is being a people pleaser. I was definitely like this for years. I always felt like everyone came before me, and it's only because I wanted everyone around me to be happy. At the end of the day, you're just going to drain yourself. You're just going to, empty your cup to a point where you can't give anymore. And that's honestly the easiest way to lose yourself in any situation. So don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to walk away. You physically can't do more when you are tired, when you're exhausted from just life in general and you can't give to anybody else. Don't give it. Fill your cup back up. Next one is accepting every opportunity that comes your way. When I first started YouTube, I was definitely like this. I was getting sponsorships and I was very excited about it. I only had like 100 subscribers at the time, and I really wanted to make money. Like at that time, a lot of brands would take advantage of you because you're so naive, and I actually did do a lot of work for less money because I just took everything that was coming my way. I didn't really know my worth as a creator, and I actually burnt myself out a few times just because I was putting myself in so many different directions and having so many responsibilities. I couldn't fully be efficient in what I did, and so I actually regret some of that right now because I feel like could have done things smarter instead of worked super hard, but that's just in my work ethic, of course. Now I know better. Not every opportunity is worth your energy, and not every opportunity is a good reflection of who you actually are. And only take the opportunities that you really resonate with, because that is going to push you along in your journey. That's going to push you closer to your purpose. So keep that in mind. And the last one is being a talker and not a listener. I think that goes with all of the points I did earlier. If you talk too much and you don't listen, you're not bringing value to other people. A lot of people want to be heard. A lot of people want to be understood. And the greatest quality you can have is being a listener, taking in information, learning from other people. And the only way you do that is not talking as much. And when you start to do that, when you do talk, it really means a lot more to other people. So that's something that I feel like I was doing ever since I was little. I was always super shy, never liked talking. I didn't like small talk ever in my life. And now I know why. I'm just not surface level. I love like deep conversations. I love meaningful connections. I don't like to waste my energy. And I definitely do think that is a great quality to have. So this is it for the very first episode of the Being Her series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, or if you didn't, let me know in the comments down below. I really want to know what your guys' thoughts about this. What do you want for the next episode? If you have any topics or anything you guys want me to talk about specifically, you need help in a certain area, you need help healing in a certain area, let me know. Let me know. Also, be sure to like this video if you want more of these, just so that I know you like these types of videos. It's my first time filming this whole series, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my next upload. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Send me